Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Board Game Nerds. Second of the series. Today we're doing a 40 to 31. We already did the first one. Ulrik.
Regarding the first one,
Oh.
I have a fun little story about two of the games there.
Okay.
I talked about a game called Champions of Midgård. Funny, if you want to know more about it, go back. It's good to play with different people because you can play in different ways. We brought it to a climbing trip in France because there's lots of time in the middle of the day where it's too warm to climb. So we just sit around for 5-6 hours. So playing board games was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So we played lots of Champions of Midgård. And one of my friends has it. I don't own the game. And then while we were there, I was like on my phone trying to, I'm going to buy these promos for him. He's not a huge board gamer thing, so he's not collecting like that. So I'm going to buy these cute little promos for Champions of Midgård. And while I was browsing around on that US page, so, transportation costs, I was like, I'm getting these. And they had a huge playmat for another game in my top 50, which was the Railways of the World.
That playmat.
Which combines the Eastern US and the Western US, which in themselves are like 3 to 4 hour games, each of them. So you play them back to back over this huge playmat. And when I was buying these few promos for like $10, I accidentally also purchased that playmat. That's why I cheer. I never played it. Will I ever find people who will spend 10 hours playing that game? I don't know.
I know one person that wants to spend 10 hours playing board games.
Yes.
All right. As we said, you can find our previous episode. If you still haven't voted for what our number one game is, do it in the comments below. And if you want to hear 151, go over on on Patreon. But today we're starting with a big drop. A drop of 22 spots from last year. A game that released in 2020. A game that has a newer version that I still haven't played. I played this version twice, and that is Dune Imperium. Dune Imperium is a game that falls into the category of deck building worker placement games alongside Arnak and Endless Winter. And as you will see down the line, I like those a bit more. Not that I don't like Dune Imperium, it just has that, I think you mentioned in the previous episode, the problem with two people, that you need to add this little extra automa, and then when you play solo, you add 2 automas. So the numbers don't really click with me. I'm always either 2, 1, or 4 or more. 3 is a very hard number to get to the table, and usually when we do that, there are other games we prefer to play. Still an awesome game, still love it, but it ended up my number 40.
Yeah, those other two drops also, those other two games also made it a bigger drop from me, so it's in those bottom parts of the
Best games we have.
Yes, let's say that. Cool. All right. Well, it's me then, right?
Yes, it is.
My number 40
has
has something to do with another number, which is 51st State. Cool game. It's been dropping a little bit just because it doesn't hit the table. I got this big Ultimate Edition box where there's many different sets, and I always want to try some different ones. Need to remember the small rules, although the rules are not that heavy. But I do enjoy it to bring it out every now once and then. The promo card is a little bit too overpowered, so I remove it when I play.
Mr. Z Garcia, you mean?
Garcia is too strong.
Come on,
But
Mr. Z.
he looks cool, and the game is nice and flows nice, and having this little bit of a engine going on is cool.
I have a funny story about that. I once, when I was visiting the US, I actually managed to hit the live stream with him live because it was the same time. And I asked him, hey, Z, how do you feel about your card in 51st State? I think that every time I get it, I win, and every time I don't get it, I lose. What do you think he replied?
It's like real life.
He said, oh, skill issue. Goat. Yeah, pretty cool.
Anyways, that's my, not 51st, but 40 pick.
Cool. My number 40 is a game that is physically situated right between Nick and Ayub right now.
Oh.
So if you watch the video, you can see that it is Shackleton Base. This is a game I did not buy last year at Essen for some reason, and then I regretted it immediately when I came home. So I bought it off Amazon, and I forgot to check, so I got a French version. Now I have double-sleeved cards with stickers to fix the text, and yeah, it's a whole thing. It's very cool. It's a worker placement and worker retrievement game where you have some area majority that decides where the workers go after you've spent them. The supply of workers that you use every turn is for everybody, so there is a the same amount that all of us are speaking from. You're building stuff on the moon in your own little base out on the moon, and the cool thing about the game is that you have 3 out of 7 corporations in the game, which is what scores you points and gets you access to actions and unique decks and all of that. Very cool system. I have not played it enough to explore everything. I have played all of the corporations, not in all combinations, but this is definitely a game that requires at least 3 players.
Yeah.
Played it with 2, and the area majority just falls apart in the middle.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. I haven't tried adding the automa for building up the space, and honestly, I wouldn't want to. It's fine. It's just when I play a multiplayer game, I don't want to also manage an automa.
Yeah.
But yeah, the theme of this game is really cool. You're building this base in the Shackleton crater, which is the name of the game, which is a place on the moon where there's ice, and you can mine the ice and build stuff for tourists, and yeah. It's what happened before Moon Colony Bloodbath, I think.
You go Shackleton base and then you go boom.
Yeah, pretty cool pick.
I haven't tried it yet. At some point I will, and I think I will like it. My number 39 is a game that came out exactly 10 years ago.
Oh.
It only dropped 10 spots from last year, so with the amount of new games coming in, I think it's pretty much at the same spot. I only played it twice, but I really love it. It's a game you own, and it is Grand Austria Hotel. Grand Austria Hotel is dice drafting at its peak. I think it's so cool, and I think that the way that the game works makes sense. And I don't say that about a lot of games, but this one really does make sense. I also find it extremely nice. The solo of the automa is pretty straightforward and pretty simple to use, although it does have an automa. And it's one of my most unpopular opinions ever in board gaming history. If you know this little story of mine, I talked about, what was it? Was it the first player?
Yeah, the key.
Yeah. I said, this is stupid, useless. Who would ever use it? And then I went on abusing it and winning the game. So I was very, very wrong about that. Grand Austria Hotel, amazing game, number 39.
Yeah, which is a little part of the expansion that changes something. So if you haven't tried it with the expansion, I really think it's worth it to try and dive into that. Great pick. So then it's my number 39. My number 39 has in the past been very low. Actually, if you go back to the 2024 end episode and listening, it was my number 100.
What a jump.
What a jump. And it is, of course, because I had a very bad experience at first, but then trying it properly, it really, really rose, and it is Underwater Cities. And if you play this in a little bit of a stress and time limit and don't shuffle the cards and you only get one color of a card, you can only do one type of action if you want to activate the cards, that's really not great. But then trying it with the expansions, everybody have a little bit of different player boards, cards are properly shuffled. It's one of those games that's really, really important. You have options. Should I go there? Then I can activate this card. And it has a very nice system of all the good action spots, or like stronger action spots, have weaker cards, and all the weaker action spots have stronger cards. So you always want to go to that color action spot, but play this color card. And you need to find the balance in that. And that's so cool. And the way the income system works, every 4 rounds is like
payday.
Yes.
You feel good for the first 2 turns.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you
And then where did
pour
everything
into
go?
the next income.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my pick, number 39.
Awesome game.
Very cool game. It was the first time I saw this combination of card and worker placement thing.
Yeah.
Cool. My number 39 is a 2025 release.
Ooh.
Maybe the first one on my list? No, it's not. It is a 1v1 civilization battler builder, which is Rising Cultures.
Cray.
Nice.
Yeah, this is a cool little game that I've talked to a lot if you follow us on different media, so not going much into it. It's 1 versus 1, so you each play a civilization, Egypt or Babylonians or something like that. They all have different rules to follow, but essentially you get 4 cards, play 3 of them in 1 of 4 different ways, and then after each round there's some income, you get 3 new cards, and you go and you play 7 turns, and then you see who has the most points. The cool thing about this is the asymmetry and the playing 2 factions and then switching. So the other guy gets the benefits you just had and trying to do that chess battle thing.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. Extremely high. I would not have expected that. Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I only tried it once. I didn't get to try the difference of the different nations, but it was cool.
Very cool. Indeed. My number 38, we are now, I'm assuming. I was the first one.
Yes.
Yeah, I was the first one. It is a 2014 game that dropped 15 spots. I think naturally because I love the game. Now that I'm seeing the list, I don't know how it ended up that low. I've played it 13 times this year. Goes to show that I do like it. And it is Imperial Settler. Almost kind of like a crossover with you,
Yeah.
with 51st State. Fun fact, 51st State actually came before that. And then this came, and then 51st State got the Ultimate Edition. Pretty much the same thing as 51st State gameplay-wise. Crazy engine builder. You have your own deck of cards, and then you can also add cards from a common deck to your hand. You have asymmetrical civilizations that all do something a little bit different, but they have their own decks. Pretty cool. There is a solo campaign that I absolutely am in love with. I have completely broken it. I generate infinite resources without cheating, so that's probably not happening again, but I played through it a lot. Recently, some sad news. The publisher said that it's going out of print after 11 years of
that's a long time.
printing. So if you have a copy of Imperial Settlers, maybe keep it because it can only go higher.
You still have it, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Every single expansion sleeved with I'm never going to give it away. I'm going to be buried with it.
All right. Cool.
Hopefully not soon.
My number 38 just dropped 4 spots, so not that much of a drop. Got one expansion and then one new Essen expansion at this year's Essen, and it is The Veil of Eternity. Really cool game. I had one 4-player game with someone being new in it, and then more cards come out, and not only is it taking more time because you're more people drafting, it is also taking more time because there are more options because it's 2 cards per player. And that felt a little bit daunting, and I was like, oh no, what is happening to this game? Is it the expansion? But then I had a 2-player game, and I was like, okay, this just needs to be 2, max 3, and then this game is awesome. The whole thing, I think we all kind of talked about it before, you can maximum have 4 coins, which is the money, and you don't ever get changed. So getting a 6 might be awesome, but if you were planning to play a 2 next turn anyways, getting 4 ones might have been better anyway. So it's a very interesting thing. No changes, and really cool game. Veil of Eternity.
Like it. I think it was my 51 to 100.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it once with Ayub. I was really surprised how much game there was in that small box.
Yeah.
Very cool. It has this funny thing where the end game trigger is a certain amount of points, so you go, am I engine building or am I running? Or it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and technically it can also end after 10 rounds, but I never seen that happen.
Okay.
Me neither.
Cool. My next game is One Big Rondel. I played this game under awful circumstances, learning the rules as we go at a convention with people I didn't know. So if I even liked it in those circumstances, it must be good, right?
Yeah.
And then I convinced Ayub to play it with me and teach me again, and it was Maracaibo. For me, this is more my type of game than Pirates of Maracaibo. I'm not sure. I think it's a better. I mean, obviously, I think it's better because it's higher for me. But they are so different that this feels like a Euro game where you're really crunchy and making decisions. Where Pirates of Maracaibo is more, let's see what happens. I mean, not of course you're planning, but I mean, it's a faster game. It's a
the
totally
mentality you go into with the game is more like, let's see what happens and let's try something.
This is much more. Oh, I have to get this, and then I can't play my card because I'm not in the right spot, and But again, the main thing about you can race around the islands or you can go slow. But if the other guys go fast, then you're not getting to the end, and that's bad because you don't get points. And so there's this interaction of are we playing fast or slow, and that's like a group decision.
Yeah.
Or debate, or whatever you want to call it. That's really cool. I like the theme. I just like looking at a nice board of the Caribbean with the blue seas and islands, and the thing that still boggles me a little bit is like you have your hand, and then you have your planning area, and you have to get it there before you play it, and that's always like, why is my hand not just bigger? But it forces you to think it like 2 steps sometimes, this is my long-term plan, this is my short-term plan, and that always takes a few turns for me to wrap my head around that, but I really like the system. Yeah.
The game suffered a little bit for me from the expansion being one of those expansions where there's 3 different ways or multiple ways you can play in, and then I don't know which way to play in, and then I try some, and maybe that was not the best, and then I try another one, and maybe that was better, and then there's the last, and it's a little bit annoying because I really wanted to love the expansion. It has it's called Uprising, right? And it has the natives. Thank you.
Yeah.
people fighting back against the settlers, which I really love that idea. And so I just wish that it was. Anyways, very cool game and cool pick.
Awesome. My number 37 is, I think, but don't quote me on that because I might be lying, is my highest ranked Uwe Rosenberg game. It is from 2016. It is a new to me game that I've played thrice, and it is A Feast for Odin. Having played a game 3 times and being in my number 37 must mean a lot. And yeah, I feel like this game is awesome. There's so many worker placement spots. There's so many things to do. You can go all these different directions. When you first open up your board and you show those minus, you get this little mini panic attack. What's happening? I haven't even started. Why am I at minus 48 points? But then once you start playing and you see how it is to cover them and flip the tiles, and everything works perfectly. Of course, you won't be able to do everything. And if you're going with the mentality that you have to do everything, forget it. You're going to take a few plays until you get to know the game. But I really, really like it. I really want to play it more. But yeah, that is my number 37.
Cool. That was the previous episode we talked about. Whenever it's, we should play this. We should take a little shot.
Yeah.
Not a real one. We'll be very drunk. But all right. My number 37 is a Stefan Fell game.
Ooh,
which means it could be a lot of games.
That's just nothing with you.
Uwe followed by Stefan Rosen. Yeah.
And this one is a small tile laying game with a very hardcore scoring at the end of every round, and it is Carpe Diem. Very, very cool. It was.
I mean, the cover is so. What
the cover is very bland, and I even think that's the new version cover. Okay. So. Yeah, it's just nice of you moving to the left or to the right, picking up one of the 4 tiles that is there, placing it in. They are all just squared little tiles, but they have roads on, so you need to like finish the buildings. If you get half a blue building, you need the other half, and whenever you finish something, you get stuff. Either might be resources, might be some scoring of some time. Then at the end of the round, you need to score between 2 cards. And that's very tough. Yeah, because the cards are laid out, and you're like, okay, there I need to sell fish and this other thing, and there I need to just have a lot of houses. I have a lot of fish, but I don't have a lot of houses. So do I have time to get houses? And also, should I go for priority? Because if I'm not picking first, then I'm even more screwed over. Maybe this is probably the game where I want to be first the most, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, very cool game, Carpe Diem.
Yeah, that was the scoring part of that game is mind-boggling. I only played it once, but it's like, okay, so I score those 2 things. In the first round, it feels fine, but then, but we're scoring all of them, and you get into this whole chess game where am I blocking, or am I getting what I'm getting lots of, or am I trying to block Ayub? And
exactly.
Very cool, very cool.
I don't think I've played it.
Not yet. But when we lived together, it was high on you. I want to play it list,
because of Ayub's side.
Cover, and I'm like, all right.
You guys are gonna fall off your chairs now.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Well, no matter what it is, 37 is kind of high.
It depends. I'm not doing that statement until I see the game.
This game is a game that I owned and I sold it.
Okay.
And I think it's a very, very, very clever design, but I never want to play it again. But I just have it so high because I respect the design so much, and it is Sidereal Confluence.
Okay. That's a cool game.
Yeah, but
you know, he sold it, and you know how he feels about it, and it is high.
The only time I played it with these guys, once we were done, I said I absolutely hated this, and I stand by that statement. I hated playing the game. I loved watching you guys do your thing, negotiating, cool. And
I love that.
And I'm really sad that I sold it because I think this is the best negotiation game I ever saw. But I don't want to participate because or trading, or like, I give you 2 blue, you give me 1 green, and then I can give these to Ayub, and you can do these circle trading things. And what it really excels in is that it has some income that is, I get these 2 cubes, but they're for me, they're for my trading area. So Nick can see that, okay, Ulrik has to get rid of these 2 or they're just trash, so I can barter with them and get them for cheaper, and the value of the cubes are different for everyone because we have asymmetrical factions, and everything about the game is just very, very, very cool, and the production is high. Rulebook was good, but my whole body just crawls, and I don't want to do that where we are negotiating and you're trying to convince me, and I think maybe you're better at math than me, so you can con me. And personally, I really, really don't like to do that. But man, the game is really, really, really good. And this is one of the if you saw our previous video where I say I rate innovative designs and good ideas, this is such an amazing design. I'm blown away by how awesome this game is designed. And also there's a tech tree where I can develop a technology which gives me benefit, and then I have that for 1 or 2 rounds, and then everybody gets it.
Yeah.
But they get their own version of it, which is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So everything about the game is very, very well designed. I don't want to play it.
Yeah, I mean, if the way I heard you explaining it, I would say it's your number one game. You explained
Yeah,
it
yeah.
so hypefully, and I
But
really
it
enjoyed the play. It
makes
was
sense.
awesome. The game was awesome.
But it's
Nick said he really enjoyed the play. Not only did he enjoy the play, it was one of those plays where I feel like he needs a different job. He needs to be like a salesperson. Nick was going like, okay, we do this. Okay, you what? Hold that thought. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Another one. Okay, now we're talking. So you're still interested in that thing, right? And I was just like, I need to do something. Hey, well, I want to trade too. Do something. So, no.
Yeah.
And it was, I would love to see, although it's impossible, 6 Nicks playing it together. Then I would also just watch.
So I need to have 5 children, teach them Siderian Confluence. Cool. That's my new life goal.
All right. Let's move on.
All right. My next game is a new to me game as well. It came out in 2021. It is a video game adaptation of a video game that I really loved. So naturally, I loved the board game. I played it 5 times, and it is Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is a farming simulator game where when you play the video game, it's very chill and relaxing. It has this music. You inherit a farm and you are very chill doing everything. Forget that in the board game. In the board game you play, you do the exact same thing, but you are very stressed in time to do it. So you have to go and do the labor. Go to the mines, go fishing, go gather flowers, harvest. It is pretty cool. It is cooperative. It plays excellently solo, 1 or 2-handed. I've done both. I would not play it at more than 2. I think 2 is enough because there's a lot of... and yeah, this is definitely a game that I want to play more. There are some excellent house rules, even approved by the designers, and I really, really love it. Excellent game. If you like the video game, I think this... And you're not even a board gamer, and you just randomly watching this video, I don't know why, thank you. You should definitely give this a go. I think you will enjoy it. My number 36. Have we played it with either of you?
You played it with me?
We played it, yeah.
Do you think, let's say, if people don't know the video game at all, does that take a lot away from it, or is it?
And they're just board gamers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for example.
You tell me.
Because I don't know how much higher it might be if I played the video game, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think the game was bad or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering how much that adds.
I think it definitely helps knowing the video game, because if I look at it just from a board game perspective, it doesn't do anything super unique or innovative. It's a co-op game. On my turn, I go there, I roll some dice, I get something. You go there, you flip a card, you gain something. So it's pretty okay board game mechanisms. But when you tie them to what they are and completing the goals and stuff, and you know, oh, that's from there. Yes, I remember trying to fulfill the museum and stuff. Then I think it makes a bit more sense.
Yeah. I will say I probably haven't tried a co-op game feeling this Euro-y. So
Cool.
but
That's
other-
cool.
Yeah. But cool.
Alrighty.
Okay. Cool. So my can I spoil a little bit about the next pick? Very little thing as well.
Sure,
So like my 2
Of
picks.
course. Yeah.
One is Ulrik, you introduced me to it, and the next one is Nick introduced me to it. So it's 2 games you have introduced me to. But I will start with the one Ulrik introduced me to.
I'm higher.
It's awesome. It's chaos. It's full blown chaos.
I know this one.
I never won in it. I always feel like I did.
Can you win in that game?
Somebody can apparently, but it's not me, and it is of course a Galaxy Trucker. Really, really cool. I was just blown away about the flipping the time, making the ship, and you really feel like, yeah, my ship, and one little die roll which hits your ship at the exact wrong spot can just go like, my ship was the best. What happened? And like a ship that is just like totally broken, and like it's just the meteors just keep missing the ship, and you're like, you're supposed to lose. No, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. It's probably one of my all-time favorite chaos. Now we're just here to see what happens games.
What I want to say is that the designer of this game, designed Mage Knight. How can a person design those 2 games that are so different yet so awesome and successful?
Yeah, but all of his games are... I mean, you almost can't tell about a design. I can't. I mean, he's so all over the place in a good way. He's
Yeah.
very, very
Of course.
clever. That
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, everything Ayub said.
Crazy.
It's random craziness. It's having fun, sitting down, laughing when somebody loses their half ship, and then next turn it's you losing half of your ship, and
Yeah.
just limping to the goal line. Yeah.
Cray. All right.
Over to me.
Yes.
We have a crossover from last episode
Okay.
with my side buddy here,
Yeah. Let's go.
and it is Imperium Legends
Ooh.
or Classics. I mean,
Yeah.
I think
Almost.
this is one of those where honestly it's just
Yeah.
a system.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If
it's a
it's-
crossover.
We counted.
I think actually this was a mistake. I should have picked Classics because the only one I
that's
played.
the one we played. Yeah.
But I mean, this is one of the games where Horizons, Legends, Classics. I assume they play more or less the same.
Pokemon Red or Blue?
Red.
Basically, it's a deck builder, deck construction, modification, whatever you want to call it. You're very asymmetrical. You have very different rules about how you interact. One of the games I played, one of the main mechanics in the game is that when you score, when you like retire a card, you put it in your history because you are writing about your history. I was playing the Vikings. They didn't have a written language, so I didn't have a history. So I had to play in completely different ways.
Super cool.
I read about. I haven't played with them, but the Inuits have like summer and winter. The cards that work different in summer and winter. And in summer they get like bunch of resources, but in winter you get like one stone because winter in the Arctic is tough, right?
Yeah.
So like feels. I really want to interact more with the system and interact with all of these different. I think Classics is like actual historical figures, and the Legends is like
made up
stuff,
yeah.
right? So it's like people from Atlantis
Or
or
mythology, maybe.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
That's cool.
yeah.
All right.
That's what I have to say about that. I want to
Nice.
play it more.
Yeah, me too. Let's do it.
I'm always a sucker for asymmetrical rules and stuff. It's hard to teach, but it's really cool.
Nice.
Second that. My next game is the third new to me game in a row, released in 2024 by Garfield Games. 6 times, and it is, as you can see already, Ezra and Nehemiah. That game, the first time I played it, I was super impressed. The second time I played it, I was impressed. The third time, I was, ooh, what a good game. And you get it. It started to fall the more I played it. Not because I don't like it. It's just because I have this feeling of solving it. Then I had a 3-player game of it. Back in Greece, I think it was with you and Faye.
Yeah.
And that 3-player game was really weird because I won't get into the details. Forget it. But I think it's the best at 1 or 2 players. That's what I'm trying to get at. I think it's one of the more weird designs, although it feels very similar to the other games. It has this, I don't know how to describe this weirdness. I really don't know how to describe it. But yeah, it's still, I really like it. I think it's a great game. My number 35.
Definitely has some interesting mix of stuff, and even the board has a
Yeah.
interesting shape. Like it's kind of long and
True.
yeah.
Yeah, what really baffled me in this game was the economy action system where you play down cards and they have flags of different types, and you have 3 active ones, I
Yes,
think.
3 actives and you can cover
And
them.
you have to plan like 3 turns ahead almost whenever you play. So when I get to my super red action, then I need to play this card, and before that I need to get all these resources because the next in my 4th turn I will cover the red card, so my red action is not so good anymore. That was
hard to grasp.
That was
in
a thing.
first play. Yeah.
but very very cool design, just mind-boggling.
Yeah. All right, my number 35. I already spoiled a little bit that it's a game Nick introduced me to. It has fallen a bit over time, and even more for Nick. So if you go to the Patreon episode, you might hear more about it. It's a deck building game mixed with some area control, which I thought I would hate, but I actually thought it's really cool. And it is Tyrants of the Underdark.
Awesome.
Such a cool game. Feels like I'm really doing some like heavy war strategic stuff. We're like, okay, I'm gonna supplant. So I'm gonna switch my unit out with his unit there and have some area majority. And when I do that, and I get that token, now I have 1 more money this round, so I can do my deck building stuff and put it in. And a lot of the cards just feel so awesome. Like the 4, 5, 6, 7 doesn't matter the cost, but you know you feel like, man, this card is cool. And when you draw it and you get to do stuff, even if I feel like, oh, I'm behind, then a really good hand can be like, let's get to business, you know? And so this game feels pretty cool. 4 or 2 players for me. I don't think I like it at 3 just because of the nature of the area control and
Ganging
then
up.
all of a sudden I'm
Yeah.
fighting with Ulrik and Nick is winning at the side,
Yeah.
just be like, okay, I'm gonna get control of this area.
Happened a million times.
But 2 players really cool, although you cut off some of the map, it's still nice. And 4 player, of course, is awesome too.
4 shines, yeah. And those big cards you mentioned are actually named D&D characters most of the time. So if you know the D&D lore and you just draw Demogorgon, you're like, oh,
Easter egg.
that's cool. I'm playing Demogorgon now. You're cooked.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, one more thing I think I want to say. I think it's the first game in the deck building where I see when you remove cards from your deck,
Ooh,
you get
yes.
points for them, a different point score than if they stayed in your deck.
That was very cool.
Mm.
Which kind of makes you want to,
Yeah.
now we twist the end of the game, maybe I should remove my good cards because they give me a lot of points this way. That was cool.
And just to follow up that statement, thematically, you're playing in one of the great drow houses, and what you are doing when you're removing them is you are putting them in your inner circle, so they are growing up in the society. Very, very cool.
Cool. My next game is by a designer who makes games that take up more space than anything else I know. I recently decided that I wanted to play all of this guy's games. I am not there yet. I am on a mission. And one of these games is Lisboa. I'm of course talking about Vita Lacerda. Yeah, the art in this game,
Nope.
not why I played it.
Nope. Yeah, just looking at the book, I'm like, oh, what the? Yeah.
Ayub introduced me to this. I feel that Vita Lacerda's games are always huge physically in the box and on the table and overwhelming, but he's very good at making it feel like every turn is simple. They're not, but it feels like it when you say, you choose a card, put it here. In this, you choose one of 3 cards you have in your hand, put it up or down, do whatever is visible. Boom. Next turn. And of course, that escalates into a million different chaining things and economy and all of this. But there's,
I agree
this one.
with that statement. And it really is just like, well, I just need to do, I only have 3 cards even. I always only have 3 cards to pick from. So already there, that sounds like, yeah.
But, not my favorite Vita Lacerda. I will spoil that now,
Ooh.
but it's very good.
Hype.
For as long as I've known Ayub, this thing was staring at me from the
Very menacing. Yeah.
the artwork in this
Yeah.
game on the box in the game. I really don't like it. I'm sure it's thematic and for the time period that you're rebuilding Lisboa after a fire or an earthquake or something, or both, I think.
Both.
Yeah.
But man, I don't like the artwork. But I can see past that.
And I think unlike you guys, I'm actually fine with it. I feel like it fits the game. I can definitely see people being like, why? So I'm not going to say you're wrong or anything. But for me, I actually, maybe because I played it, I think a little handful more of times. But still, I feel like, cool. The way they look, the royal people and all that stuff.
Yeah, no. I agree with Ulrik.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah,
cool
I
things
get
about it, which many games do by now, is that most of your endgame scoring is you make that yourself through the game. There's like an action where you draft these cards that determines what you are scoring, and I always like that when you can sort of determine where am I going in this game.
And fun fact about the game is that the fire and the earthquake that were made in Lisboa, they're actually still being repaired. And a person actually commented that on our Instagram photo of Lisboa. I didn't know that. They say, hey, they're still being... So we got some random fact from a Instagram post.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, nice.
My number 34 dropped from last year 9 spots. It is a 2013 game that I played twice this year. Once was 2 days ago.
Okay.
And once was with you a few months back. And that is my highest ranked civilization game. And that is Nations. Nations is by far my favorite civilization game. I think for the sole purpose that the cards it has and the way those cards are played in your tableau, excellent. Every faction is asymmetrical. We have the expansion that gives us a bit more. Go Greece. And I really, really like the pace of the game. Because although it is a civilization game, and I've played and I've explained a lot of them, this feels the easiest to explain, although it is complicated, of course, just because everything makes sense. Every card has a different color that you can see on the card and on your player board. So I just explain the different colors and what they do, and then, boom, on your turn, pick a card or place a worker, go ahead. I really, really like it. I feel it moves smoothly, and it was, fun fact, the first solo game I ever played in my life. So that's what got me into the solo gaming.
Yeah.
Excellent game.
And in the early time of our Instagram, you can see a cool picture of us with the designer and
Hakan Rastansson, I want to say.
yeah, Håkansson maybe,
Yeah.
but yeah.
And my
So-
copy is signed by him.
All right. My next pick is a game that rose a lot. I had this problem that I'm very affected by, in general, like comments and people talking down about games and also the opposite, when people are getting hyped. And it seems like everywhere was always like, oh, this is a bit too much, there's too much AP. And then I tried the game and I was like, no, I felt great. And a long time went on. The rules are heavy and I needed to, remember again. And then I played it with this gentleman. And that also felt awesome. And it is Tawantinsuyu, the Inca Empire. In this game, you are placing work. There's this huge board. You're placing worker on these symbols, and all of the actions around it you get to take. And then depending if there are what other colors of workers and matching colors of workers there are around it, you get some bonuses. So there is a lot of AP. That's no secret. But when you get over that, and when you play with someone fast, and you just see that, oh, this game can actually be played like that, and it's very cool. I don't feel like I have this many games that are like this, like AP-ish. I can really see it for me, but all the things you can do then rewards you, right? There's so many options, and it just feels like a great engine building game with tiles you flip and flip back and get resources, and you have a lot of potatoes all of a sudden and you need to feed. It's really, really great, but it's daunting. So if that's scaring you, maybe make sure you play
Maybe
with
don't play
someone who
board
knows it.
Yeah, it's a cool game. I only played it once. I really liked the thing where you had these tiles that you had to match from one to the other. That felt pretty cool.
Nice.
Definitely need to play it more though.
Cool. Over to me. In the description of my next game, I just wrote tracks.
Oh.
And then tracks that don't look like tracks, but they are actually tracks. And it is Marrakesh. If you don't know this game, it is 9-10 different mini games around the board with different colors. You have this tower in the middle, where on each turn, each player starts the round with 12 different.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Ayub
Yeah,
because he
12
owns the game.
different keshes.
12 different colors of, they call bekeshis. They're cubes, basically. You toss them into the. I pick 3. You pick 3. Everybody picks 3, and then we put them in the tower. And then some of them comes out, some of them stays. And those colors that come out are the actions available for this turn. And when we draft them, and strength of the action is the number of that color that went out. So if both me and you pick the blue one, then there's 2 blue, and I can get 2, and that's a stronger action for me. That already is just like, you're really second guessing, and Ayub looks like he might be choosing that one, so I also choose that, but he's drafting before me, so all that stuff. The rest of the game is standard Steffenfeld Euro stuff. You're going all of these things just give you bumps on, more or less just give you bumps on tracks, which give you more benefits and incomes, and you're picking scoring criteria based on one of the actions, and it's a lot. But very cool action selection system once again.
I think if I got €1 every time you guys talked about this game, I would have like 20 euros, but that's not a lot, but it's still enough money.
You mean a game or
20 euro games or 20 euro money?
Could get 20 euro games. I could get a Flip 7 copy.
Nice. Yeah. Really cool game. So might hear more about it in the future.
Might.
Can't promise anything.
A lot of the games we've been talking about are falling in our lists, but there are some risers. Like the next game rose 9 spots from last year.
Oh.
It is a 2019 release, and I played it 4 times this year. I played it with you. I tried to play it with you, but then you came and our game was interrupted. And that is Fantastic Factories, a fantastic game. Fantastic Factories is no secret. I like Terraforming Mars by now. Fantastic Factories is, if I want to introduce somebody to Terraforming Mars, this is a great second step. Super Cowboy, but it's the first step. So this is like a very easy engine building game for people to grasp the mechanic if they haven't. And I love that. The solo mode is awesome, which also enhances the experience. And there's just so many different combos and cards and asymmetrical corporations that you just want to keep diving in and keep exploring the different combos you can make. I really, really like it. I think I'm going to keep playing it a lot. I think it's a very cool game that I got too late to the party for. Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice. And the playmat and everything you got definitely also helps it. But even without that, super cool. I think that expansion where you have like different, really,
cooperation. That really made the game be this high for me. Yeah,
cool. Crossover with previous video with Ulrik.
Ooh, exciting!
And it is a new game, new release, 2025. Some people talk about it being close to a previous game, but it is Recall.
Holy moly!
Really, really cool. Has this cool eye on the box, which made you go like, I wonder what's inside. You have 13 actions only, and that already might make you feel like, oh, then that's a short game.
Yep.
That's a lie.
That's not making me feel that.
That's a lie. Of course, it's the classical, I'm going to do this, which activates this. And now I have these things, and that gave me that bonus, and then I can flip a chest. And although you feel like you don't have time, you actually get to do a lot. But at the same time, you don't do everything, which is nice because then next game I might want to try and do something a little bit different. The 5 main actions that you have are all activated by these keys, and each of those 5 actions can be upgraded when you get a certain amount of points. Those 5 actions, when they can be upgraded, changes from game to game. So let's say you will always get the first upgrade, I don't remember exactly, but let's say it's at 6 points. But you don't know which of those 5 it is before the game starts, which is really cool. So yeah.
I'm lost.
So you have 5 actions, right?
No, you don't have to explain it again.
No.
Yeah.
Now you said you're lost,
No.
so maybe they will be lost.
No.
You have 5 actions. They can be upgraded.
Sorry.
When you get 6 points, there's this stack right next to the 6 points, and you will get that action upgraded, which is action number 1. But in your next game, it might be a completely different stack that is at that.
I understand everything.
Anyways, very, very cool game. Really, really like it, and looking forward to play it more.
Haven't tried it. Would like to play it.
I had a very good teacher for that game.
This was your 50?
I don't remember the number,
but
it was
previous video.
It was. I think it was 49.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there was there. All right.
Yes. Back to me. This is not a Euro.
Oh.
Look at Nick's face.
What?
There's dice in this game.
Yeah. Okay.
There's miniatures in this game.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a 2-player game.
Oh.
It's good versus evil. It's dungeon crawl. It's claustrophobia.
It's what? Holy
With
moly,
a very
I
weird
did not expect that.
size box. It's the most elongated box I've ever seen. It's called Claustrophobia, and the subtitle is something Jerusalem 14 something something something. You're basically some weird fantasy priest person who is going into like a rift, and there's hell dimensions going on under Jerusalem, and your other dudes you're fighting with is like prisoners that, if they win this battle, they get pardoned. So they're like not God's best children.
Okay.
Basically, you're running around the dungeon, you're usually just trying to escape as the human player, and then the evil lord is playing a totally different game where he rolls 2 dice every turn, and those 2 dice activates his player board, and he has these troglodytes, these small dinosaur-like devil creatures that run around, but they come in like he can like save them up, and then he can throw them in at you because they're much weaker than the human players, so he has to stack up a little bit like Space Hulk. It's not at all like that, but the idea that you're swarming the human player.
Okay, cool.
It has a very cool action system when your dudes get wounded. When you activate them, you roll a die, and then you activate that line. But every time he gets wounded, one of the lines die. So sometimes you just roll a nothing. The more wounded you get, the less actions you can do. Very cool game.
Is there one of them you prefer? Like, this is what I always would like to play or is it just switching sides?
This is a game that I like both. I think I like playing the humans most because you have more agency, I feel. But every time I played this game with the same person, it feels so balanced that I don't have no idea how they did it, or we're just equally terrible at it. We played like maybe 10 scenarios or something, and we usually switch, so we play both. And every time it's like, in the last turn, okay, if I don't do it now, then you win. But if I roll a 6 now, then I win. So it's like, not that the roll decides the game, but it always comes down to this last action where either person can win. And that's really cool.
Cool. All right. Interesting. My number 32 game either rose 47 spots or it's a new to me game, depending on how you interpret it. It's a 2024 release that reimplements an older game. I played it 4 times and it is Saltfjord. It reimplements Santa Maria, which was 47 spots lower. If I could do math, I would tell you it was 79 in my previous list. It's a Euro game. You are in a fishing village in the Norway, I think. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And you have these different dice, white and orange, and you draft them, and then you can place the white die on the top of your tableau to activate the whole column, and then you can place the orange die to the left of your tableau to activate a whole row. You get a few more dice every round, and then you can build things inside your tableau to make your action stronger. Pretty cool. I think the thing that rose it for me is that my play group is very hyped about it. So when other people are hyped about it, it gets me hyped about it because they're not like these super heavy board gamers, and then they saw a Euro and they loved it, and we've played it like 3 times already with them, which is okay, sure. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. It's really cool. There's an expansion with a wagon that does something weird. I think we played that version once.
Yeah, we played it once, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool game. Really want to explore it more. My number 32.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun when I played it. There's a little thing we played wrong in the beginning,
Yes.
which we did find out and
Yeah.
we did fix, but that just made the start giving too many resources, so it was a little bit too easy.
It was very smooth.
So we need to play it again.
Yeah, definitely. Man, we're drunk.
Yeah. All right. My next pick is a game that does something that I really, really, really love. And that is, the game is Furnace. And that is, you do something and then you just activate a lot of stuff. And I really love the activating a lot of stuff. And you can do that simultaneously. So you have this whole bidding round where you're bidding for cards. And you have a specific amount of bidding tokens, which I think also makes it easier for new players. It's not like, am I bidding 52,000 or am I bidding 5? You don't need to think about that. 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Do that.
1, 2, 3, or 4. And you put them on the different cards. The thing is, if you put your 3, I can go with my 4. But you get compensated. And you get compensated by getting the amount of resources that is at the top of the card multiplied with your disc.
Very
so
cool.
maybe I'm putting my 3, and I hope somebody will go there because I want 3 of those tokens, like gold bars or something like that. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Of course, you need to win some of the cards if you want to do some of the fun stuff I said afterwards.
It's good to engine builder.
But you don't need to do that every round. Sometimes you need resources to, I'm going to put these resources in this card, so it will make these resources that I will use in this card. It's a very, very satisfying game for me. It's not something like super long, super big, but very, very satisfying. My number 32, Furnace.
Awesome game, but I've only played it once.
I haven't played it,
No.
but it sounds really cool, this idea that there's a benefit to losing an
Yeah.
auction or a bid or whatever you call it.
Exactly.
That sounds enticing to me.
We're going to play it. All right.
Yes. My number 32 is what I would dare say modern classic. All of these are, maybe. I don't know. But this one has men staring into the distance, looking a little bit angry. At least in the first edition. Great Western Trail.
Ah.
This cover is really nice, I think. It just oozes Western. The newer ones look a little bit more cartoony to me.
Yeah.
I have only played the original. I have not played the second edition. Staying true to the OG. Again, Alexander Pfister going around the rondel, resetting, going. That's like a theme for him, right?
I'm going to say it a few times.
But yeah, this feels. I never really get the economy of the game, but I still like to try and make it work. For this one, I really think after a few plays, the expansion is essential. Not essential, but I really think it opens up the game where you're very limited by how far your train is in the normal game when you sell your cows, and that can cost you all of your money. But you have this idea that you can branch off from the train station and build little cities, and it gives you access to much more engine building positions. But the idea that in the first few rounds you just zip through the track really fast because there's only like 4 or 5 spots. Then during the game you're actually building stuff that go on the trail, and you can only move 1 to 3 spaces, so every turn gets longer and longer, and more choices of where am I going, am I paying Ayub to use his building, and all of that stuff. Very cool. That's what I have to say about that.
Yeah, one of
Take
my
it away.
like heartbreaks in this game is when sometimes you have like these buildings where you activate it and then it moves your worker to a next spot, right? And you build something, you're like, on the next spot, I want to build this, and somebody goes in and like build their own stuff. Then you're like,
Amateur mistake. You build the other building first.
yeah, but then if you do the other building first,
Yeah.
then maybe they're taking the previous spot where there's these spots that are like cheaper or more expensive because they are really in a crossroads. So, anyways, that tension is very nice in the game. I think.
Yeah.
Where I'm placing stuff.
Yeah, I've only played Argentina, but it's freaking awesome. So
Yeah.
totally agree. Number 31. It's time for a crossover. It's been a while. With a gentleman to my right. It's a 2025 release. I've played it 10 times. There is a playthrough in the channel. Mistborn, the deck building game. Had to be somewhere. It's definitely one of the more unique deck building games. And the fact that I am a huge fan of the books definitely helps it. I really like it. I'm hoping we'll get more characters. There are currently 4, but there are a few more that could be implemented in based on the books. I'm guessing they don't doing it for spoiler purposes maybe. But still, I really like it as it is. The solo mode is also amazing. Can it be swingy? Yes, it can. Is it still fun? Yes, it is. Ulrik already mentioned that there's 3 different ways to win, which is pretty cool in these types of games. Love it. Number 31, Mistborn.
Very nice deck building game that does a lot of things a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
So my number 31 is something not in this episode, not in the previous episode, but in the Patreon. If you were there, you would have heard a little bit about, and that is Planet Unknown. Really, 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 really enjoy tiling. That's the thing. Polyomino games, which took me 1.5 years to learn how to say. Yes, thank you. I practice. And just this whole idea of, you spin this Lazy Susan, you take one of 2 options. You place it in, you get some stuff, you go up tracks. And like mentioned earlier from some of these gentlemen, it's just that it's like they're so different, the corporations you're playing. And even the planets you have is also so different, and you're mixing one and one together. So on one planet, you're really trying to place things in different areas for whatever reasons to score. Another planet is more simple. You just need to make sure you get these lines, but it's a huge planet or whatever. One planet has like a big hole in the middle. And it's like, what? How am I? And it's so nice. On top of that, you have all these corporations that do different things. The tracks goes like diagonal and jump into each other's tracks. And some have some resources that you get, and then you put them on really, really cool. makes every game feel different with a more or less simple game. Doesn't go for all the corporations, but
We are in no way sponsored by Planet Unknown.
anyways, my number 31 is Planet Unknown.
And I'm not right on this, but is it the first 3-way crossover we had so far?
Yes, if
Could
you
be.
count the
If you count the Patreon, yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, this really surprised me. I thought it was like a family kids game when I saw the artwork and the plastic thing that was in it. But I really enjoyed it because it's in my top 100.
Yeah.
My next game is my number 31, which is the last one for this list from all of us. And it is a solo-only game. It is what I would consider the only proper Euro solo game that I ever played.
Yes.
And when I say Euro, it's like you have a little bit of deck building, you have worker placement, you have some economy you have to manage, and there's people attacking you, and it is Legacy of You, another Garfield game. I have played this twice. It's a fully resettable campaign that you play, and then you either win or lose each scenario, and you fail forward. So even if you win or lose, you go to the next chapter, and you can, when you've won or lost 7 times, the campaign is over, and you read some story parts in between the scenarios. But I played it twice now, and I feel like it's a little bit solved. Kind of know what to expect and which order to do stuff in. But first time I played it, man, it was so cool. It fit on my little cafe table on my balcony. It was a summer holiday, and I was staying home. And every day I just sat there and
Legacy of You. No.
Legacy of You, yeah. I'm not gonna go into the details of it, but it's a proper Euro as a pure solo, which is really, really cool.
Awesome. I also love it. Whew, gentlemen.
That was our list.
Episode 2 is
did it.
down. You can see here our lists. I don't know if I'm counting correctly, but is it 3 crossovers with you so far and 0 with you? I'm thinking from the top 50.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, it's
right.
starting to get a bit harder. Once again, let us know what you think our number 1 game will be in the comments. Be one of the first ones to do so. And of course, stay tuned because 3 more episodes are coming.
And tell us what your number 31 is,
Hey.
specifically.
Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.